I'm going to show you how to install a home solo Bitcoin node on Umbrel. So the only thing you're going to need is like a USB stick and a spare computer. Spare computer should have a terabyte SSD, but we're going to try a trick to make it only need like 30 gigs. So we'll get into this right now. First, we're going to go to get Umbrel from like their GitHub. So once we're on their GitHub, we're just going to go to the releases, and then we're just going to go down and grab the AMD 64 USB installer. So grab this image here. I already have it downloaded, so I don't need it. But if you have a Raspberry Pi and stuff, you could use the other images. The other piece of software we're going to need is called Etcher. So we're going to download Etcher. That's the thing that will flash the image onto the USB drive. So you just click download Etcher, and then pick it dependent on your operating system. I'm on the Mac OS ARM64, so I just press download there. But already I have it because I just downloaded it for this video. So the next step would be to install Etcher. So here we go. So install your Etcher. On Mac, it's a little different than Windows if you're on it. Give it permissions. So insert your USB stick. Make sure there's nothing important on it because we're about to erase it. Then we go flash from file. We're going to pick the image that we just downloaded, the Umbrel USB installer. Open. Select the target. The target's going to be the USB drive. So make sure you're selecting the one with the proper storage, because you can see here there's like system drives. Don't do that. Just make sure it's your USB stick. Then press flash. It will ask for a password, at least on Mac. For permissions to write. And now we just wait for it to install. So it's going to flash the image on the USB drive, and it's going to verify it. Probably going to take like 5-10 minutes. So I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so we can see here that it finally finished. What we want to do is just close Etcher when it's done, and then we'll eject the USB key, and then we grab it. So I will switch over to recording the computer that we need to install this onto now. Okay guys, so this is the computer I'm going to install it on. It's just a laptop. It's got a terabyte SSD, 64 gigs of RAM. But anyways, what we want to do is we want to put the USB stick into a port. So I'm just going to put it in here, and then we're going to boot it up. So you want to get into the boot options of the computer. So this is going to erase everything on the computer. I know on this computer we have to smash F12 a bunch, and then we'll get into the boot menu. So just keep pressing F12. Depending on your computer, it might be F2, it might be whatever. So when we're at the menu here, we're going to pick the USB drive. So this is the USB drive, and then you'll see in the corner a little Umbrel installer starts. So we just want to press enter on the installer. You're probably going to see a bunch of text and my beautiful reflection. So we'll just wait for the text to pop up for the next step. Okay, so this is just like booting up the Linux. So this is how you install Umbrel. So I'm going to try and make this clear. So there's two devices. There's first the SDA, that is your USB stick, and then there's the drive of the computer, number 2, which is mine, the NVMe drive internal. That's a Samsung drive. So I want to install this on the Samsung drive in the computer. So I'm going to press 2, and that's it. There's no warning, so make sure you pick the correct drive if you have multiple drives. So I will be back. This is probably going to take like 10 minutes again, so I'll cut this. Okay, so I'm back. You can see here that it finished, and it just says like press any key to shut down and make sure to remove the drive. So, I'm just going to press enter. It's going to do this, and I will unplug the USB stick. So now once you did that, we just need to power it back on. Okay, we can see here there's like a grub bootloader. It's going to start loading the Linux of Umbrel. There we go. So Umbrel is now installed. Now we'll go back to the main computer, but this is the information you're going to want to see. So if you don't see this, there's a good chance that you didn't have an Ethernet cable connected to the computer first before booting back up. So we have the option of visiting umbrel.local, or our local IP would be .186. So I'll see you back on the computer. All right, we are back on the computer. So what we're going to do is we're going to just visit umbrel.local. Yes, allow local network access. So this is the Umbrel onboard and stuff we're going to go through right now. So press start. pick a name. I'm just going to name myself JD. Password, I'll just name it Helium Deployed for now. And confirm the password. And then press create. And press next. And now you are in your Umbrel. So Umbrel is set up. Now what we want to do is install the Bitcoin node. So there is a Bitcoin node right here. Or if you don't see it there for some reason, you could go to the App Store here. And you could just type in Bitcoin. And look, I'm not going to get into the argument of NOTs versus Bitcoin node, but let's just install Bitcoin node right now. Press install. So we're just going to have to wait for this to finish, and I'll explain what we do next. Okay, well, it's pretty quick. So what we want to do is we want to press open. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin node, Bitcoin core. You could leave it right now as is, but this is going to download the whole Bitcoin blockchain, which is about 950 gigabytes. So there are settings we could change in here so it doesn't have to download 950 gigabytes because it will take quite some time to do that. So the first thing is in the optimizations, we could set here the pruned size to like 550 or like 5 gigabytes. What am I saying? It's in gigabytes here. We could just save this. And this is going to make like the Bitcoin blockchain size go down to like 30 gigabytes. It's going to take much less time to sync. We could go back to the store here, the App Store. And what we want to do is type in public pool. So we will download public pool and install it. So it's going to say it requires a Bitcoin node. There are some other options too, but it's installed. So that's why we installed Bitcoin first. So we will wait for this to install. Okay, so we will open this. And now the pool configuration for your local pool is right here. Very easy. I'm going to show you how to set it up. And also just before I stop talking about this, once you re-go into Umbrel, you're going to see your apps right here. So you just click them and then you'll be able to see what like the sync percentage of your Bitcoin node is. Basically what we want to do is log into your BitAxe. So I'm just going to log into it. I already know the IP. It displays it on the screen of it. I'm going to go there. We're going to go to the pool settings. Here we're just going to update it to our local pool now. So we just copy this. We will paste it in here. It should, it might not, but it will go to umbrel.local and it will go to, the port that it defaults to. In some cases, the umbrel.local will not work and you have to use the IP address that was on the screen from before when we installed it. It was 10.70.0.186 for my situation, but try umbrel.local first. Next step would be your Bitcoin wallet address and then a worker name. So we're just going to pretend that this is my Bitcoin wallet address and we're just going to name it like solo home pool as the worker name. Just don't name it two of the same names. Just solo pool 1 or solo pool 2, whatever. And then the password, we're just going to set to X. And then we are just going to save and restart, because if you don't restart your miner, sometimes the pool settings don't take. And that is basically it. So it's not actually going to work right now just because it's not fully synced, the Bitcoin blockchain. But once it is synced, you're going to start to see your stats right here populate. So yeah, that is how you set up your home Umbrel Bitcoin solo mining pool, whatever you want to call it. That's it. This is the end of the video. If you like it, let me know in the comments.